so intrigued by this. I'm a car lover, so I like watching the crash tests to see how the cars crumple and all that kind of stuff. But to think of the technology in the dummies that are used to see what limb would break or where the injury would be, there's a whole science there. It's very fascinating.
It is really interesting, yeah.
And finally, appropriately sized for
that
a huge part of the population.
You know, 2025.
Right, that part's stunning.
Took a little while.
Yeah, well.
And we always see the crash test ratings and whatnot, but you would think that would have been part of it.
It was significantly just focused on men. The more you know today.
We're happy about
it. Ryan has our forecast. I was so glad you mentioned this at noon, that today was warmer, and actually you could notice it outside.
Right.
Yeah.
Unfortunately now it's gloomy, gray. But
could notice.
Middle of the
Earlier
day, could notice it.
It darkened pretty quickly,
Oh,
it felt
sure
like.
did. This is a look at York from Mount Agamenticus. Clouds are in place there. There are a few breaks of clouds back in central New Hampshire that may start to make it into western Maine over the next couple of hours. And here's Bangor. It's overcast there, but you had some peaks of sunshine around noontime earlier today. You can see the cloudiness here on the radar and satellite, but there is nothing being picked up on the radar in central, southern, or down east Maine right now. Snow showers moving through the north woods up toward the county, Presque Isle up to Fort Kent, a few flakes coming down, but otherwise we're dry across the state. It is still 46 in Wiscasset, and the reason why it was a couple of degrees warmer today is we have a southwest wind. Most of this week we had a chilly wind coming down from the north. So overnight tonight we'll see partial clearing for a while this evening, but I think overall it's going to be mostly cloudy. Wake up tomorrow morning to some cloud cover, temperatures in the upper 20s and low 30s, and it might take a few hours, but we should develop some sunshine for the middle of the day and the afternoon tomorrow. And with that said, the wind changes direction and starts coming down from the northwest again. So mountains and up north, 30s to near 40. It'll be a little breezy, perhaps some gusts up around 20 miles per hour. Not as strong as earlier in the week, but you might notice the wind. 46 the high in Portland, 44 in Bangor. And we could close in on 50. Maybe the car thermometer says it around Portsmouth tomorrow afternoon. Overnight tomorrow night, skies continue to clear out. And Sunday is the opposite. Tomorrow we start with clouds, end with sun. Sunday we'll start with sun, but end with clouds. And those clouds probably come in pretty quickly during the midday and afternoon. Could be a few flurries in the afternoon and early evening, and maybe even a steadier snow shower in Coos County, New Hampshire, back into northwestern Maine. And overnight Sunday night, a few of those flakes may make it south of the mountains, but there's not much moisture there other than some flurries or a very light snow shower. We don't think we'll get much out of that Sunday night into Monday morning. Monday, otherwise a quiet day, and then on Tuesday, clouds will be increasing. Might be a little morning sunshine, but the afternoon looks cloudy. And this warm front approaches for Tuesday night. It looks now like there's a little less moisture, and it's probably a little bit warmer, meaning temperatures don't fall below freezing much Tuesday night. So right now it just looks like some light rain that comes in. Can never rule out a little freezing rain, especially up in the mountains, but I don't see that being a big problem Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. Wednesday it just looks mostly cloudy with a chance for showers, and as long as this front clears through, Thanksgiving Day itself will be dry. We've been talking about this. The European model for days zooms the front through, and it has the most support from almost all the guidance except the American GFS, which holds the front back and keeps us wet on Thanksgiving. We're going to discount that, and we think that right now that front makes it through in time for Thanksgiving, and we'll see some sunshine. Seas tomorrow 2 to 4 feet with a northwesterly wind 10 to 15 knots on the water. Skies clear tomorrow. I think in the afternoon it's pretty nice. Maybe a bit breezy, but not so bad. Clouds increase on Sunday with a late day flurry up in the mountains. And then for the rest of us, it's just a chance for a few flurries overnight Sunday night, early Monday morning. And as we see it now, Tuesday night, Wednesday, it looks like mainly rain and really just showers. It doesn't look like a big storm of any type. And right now, Thanksgiving and Black Friday look to trend cooler. In fact, Black Friday could be in the 30s for most of us.
Start to drop off there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.